All right, so we covered those 18 traits, right? And those 18 traits, for the most part, never gets to the root. I'm going to give you four major issues you think are narcissism, but I want you to really think again, okay? This is just four. It's probably more. Remember I said these 18 traits, which is covered in another segment. If you're just joining this, you want to go and watch the other video on the 18 narcissism traits, right? But let's talk about a four major issue that I see happening on social media. Just reading through the comments, listening to some of my clients, listening to some of the videos out there made by TikTokers who are jumping out there to teach other people prematurely without doing the self-work. I played some of them earlier on, by the way. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know those people, by the way. I don't know their name. They don't even give their name. The name of their content is narcissism. So obviously their agenda is clear there, right? There are four major issues that I would like to share with you that will make this make sense all the way for you. Okay. And the first of them, I'm going to read out to you, then I will break it down. But there are four of them. Hold on 1 second. Yep. Let's see here. Boom. Let me see who is here. I appreciate you, Uncle Patrick. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Your support means a lot to me, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's see. Okay. The number one issue is cognitive dissonance. The number one issue is cognitive dissonance. Okay. Why am I saying that? Cognitive dissonance is I don't even know if I don't want to worry about defining it, but there's a disconnect here. There's a serious disconnect. The people that are very quick to call their partner narcissist are actually narcissists themselves, or let me say they're more of a narcissist. I'm going to keep that spectrum on the screen, yeah, because as you can see, it's a spectrum, and any one of this behavior can come from either being an offensive person or a defensive person. Okay, you can either be the offender or you can be the defender, and you will fall on the spectrum easily, and then the other person will feel a sense of attack, and now if they beat you to it, they can call you a narcissist. So there's cognitive dissonance going on here. Shout out to our new member, Latu. Welcome, Latu. I thought you were a member all along, but welcome. If you were a member, welcome back. All right, so cognitive dissonance, okay? When you see your partner as a narcissist, obviously you'll be perceiving them as the enemy. I didn't say they are not a narcissist. I'm just talking strictly that you see them as a narcissist, right? But you also have a desire to stay in the marriage. You want to, or you need to stay in the marriage, right? That creates what I call an internal conflict, right? So what do I mean by internal conflict? What do I mean by internal conflict? That's what I meant by cognitive dissonance. There's a disconnect somewhere. Okay. There's something going on mentally with you, obviously, or with a person that sees their part. Again, I'm validating it. The whole point is that there's a reason. There's a deep reason why you see your partner as a narcissist. You've had some experience, but there's a disconnect between the fact that you, even if all you need, you just need to stay there for financial reasons. I think a lot of it is still mental, emotional reasons, but you might want to paint it as I'm preparing myself. What did they say? They say plan your exit, right? But do you have, when you create a plan, you have a timeline on it, right? Does your exit plan have a timeline on it? Does it have an ultimatum of some sort on it? I doubt it. But yet you keep going back to those videos and you keep watching them. So you have a need. There's a real need. Meaning, potentially, there's a value in staying in that relationship. Even if you want to paint it as Stockholm syndrome, as in like you're obsessed, you're addicted to your offender, you being the victim, right? But the main issue here that you need to solve for is cognitive dissonance. Okay? And there's so many things that it might show up as frustration, it might show up as confusion. We already talked about confusion. This is an epidemic. I'm just going to say it like that. It's an epidemic, and you need to watch out for it. Okay? No, you're not a troublemaker. You're good. You're good. You're good in my books, Latu, always. You know, remember when I used to confuse you with Natu? I was confused, but I know the difference today. Trauma bonding. Trauma bonding is another issue you're probably dealing with that you need to add. Another psychological term, okay? But this is probably more of the issue than it is that your husband or your wife is a narcissist. There's a toxic bonding going on here, right? And it's obvious to you. I don't have to paint the picture for you. It's obvious to you. You know that something is off. What is the solution? Is the solution to leave? Not necessarily, but nonetheless, there's trauma bonding going on. Okay. In fact, a lot of the idealization and devaluation that you're going through, a lot of it's you're helping it. Okay. Self-inflicted, but maybe not all the way self-inflicted. Maybe the environment is toxic enough for that kind of cycle to have a breathing room. Okay. That's something you want to pay attention to. So the narcissistic partner may alternate between, they might be doing it to you, right? Remember, it's a coping mechanism for them. Not always, oh, I'm just going to harm her. Remember when they harm her, right? So the idea that they're intentionally doing it to you is literally just dead on arrival for the most part, okay? If somebody can be evil and be married to you for 15 years and just be an evil, intentional narcissist, no. I'm just not buying into it, okay? Can they be a narcissist? Yes. Is it evil, intentional? No. I think that's speaking more of your own interpretations of how you feel where you found yourself. We have to be careful, okay? So you may feel both loyalty to the person who once made you feel special, right? Remember love bombing, and suddenly there's the anger issue, and then you're wondering, where did this come from? The person just changed on you, right? So you feel like this person is just out to harm you. I completely get it, okay? But you see, cognitive dissonance, there's this confusion thing going on. I think you should check for trauma bonding. All right, the third one, major problem I would ask your therapist to help you look into. I could be wrong. Remember, I cannot diagnose you. Something to take a deeper look at as opposed to getting stuck at narcissism, right? Number 3 is dependency dynamics. There's the attachment theory. There's many books out there about it. There's many people. That's another popular topic. I will be careful with that topic, to be honest with you, because again, any topic that takes you out of your story that have a tendency to take you out of your story, not addressing your story, but is obsessive enough to get you tagged onto it and never really solving for the actual problem, I'll be careful about that. But it's something to pay attention to. Dependency dynamics, right? Remember I called it value, but it could be unhealthy dependency, right? It is valuable. There's a reason why you stay there, but you just can't leave, right? But then what do you do to solve for it in the short term? You say, let me call you a narcissist. Because somebody's going to mention some of the signs or the traits or patterns that you're seeing, and it's going to be one of those traits, and you're going to conclude that this person is a narcissist. Effectively seeing them as an enemy, effectively back to number 1, cognitive dissonance, confusion. Of course, thereby creating number 4, internal struggle, internal conflicts. Okay, if it was so straightforward and you're a narcissist, you shouldn't be questioning yourself back and forth. It's no wonder why you're attracting the type of relationship that you're attracting or creating, right? Because it's confusion, right? Somebody might even look at your behavior and say you're bipolar, because one day you're in the mood, the other day you're not in the mood, and it's complete confusion, right? These are some of the things that you might, instead of pointing fingers, these are some of the things you might want to pay attention to. Okay? So those are the 4, call them the 4 major issues that I can probably consolidate all of those traits, and looking at it from the standpoint of a person that was pointing at those traits, maybe a series of those traits at the same time, maybe 3 or 5 in your partner, and you're like, nah, there's no way they're not a narcissist. I hear you. I feel your pain. Maybe I can't relate with you all the way, but I can relate with you, maybe 2 or 3 of those things. I've seen them in my partner once upon a time. Instead of addressing those issues, I was like, I see a narcissistic pattern. Am I married to a narcissist? Oh, no. Women always think they can monopolize it. No. Anybody who has been in any relationship with another human being in a romantic way, you have seen one of those 18 character trait patterns, and it made you question if, in fact, maybe, just maybe, you are in a relationship with a narcissist. But it could be. But I'm just saying, be patient with yourself. Don't rush yourself like that with basketballs. Mentally, internal struggle. You deserve better. Seek help. Talk to someone that can help you assess the situation with respect to your own story. Your story is unique. It's yours. And learning the value in your own story is going to be key to your happiness too. Okay? It doesn't mean you have to stay with quote unquote a narcissist. I'm just saying, you get to the root of the issue. All right? Natu, I know you're here. Welcome back. I know you were listening. We know you are here. You're already blessed up with $10 super chat, Natu. Shout out to both of you, Latu and Natu, blessed us today. All right, so let's see. Yeah. So those are the 4 major issues. Let's address it. If you're watching this later on, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. If you're a professional, please do share your thoughts as well. We'd like to rub minds and learn even more and more and more. All right, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. We have one more segment to go, and then we'll call it a day. Why would I come here and talk about all this stuff and not give you the solutions from my own perspective? I'm going to give you my own solution. Everybody else, they do this story, they talk about narcissism and all this thing, they don't give you solution. Now, I probably gave you 200,000 solutions already, but let's align it, shall we? Let's align it. I'll be right back. It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.